Hello. Hello. Jeffrey, can you please talk? Hello. I think Jeffrey has a poor network connection. Let's wait for 1 minute.
Okay. Present to audience. And then it says share screen browser window. Okay. Mhm. Okay. It's at the very top. I gotta get to it where I can open it. I can see it, but it won't let me open it just yet. Yeah. And it's supposed to start at 3:30, right? So I'm supposed to start at 3:30. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I um I think I just got it. Okay. I'll send it to you. Yeah. You did it on WhatsApp or okay, let me go on the mhm. Fine, now I gotta get to WhatsApp. I'm having all sorts of Siri, yeah. Siri, open WhatsApp. Yes, you did. Mhm. Got it. Okay, so I mm, I bring it up, it just won't let me click on it. Okay, okay. Oh, okay, but y so you still don't see anything? Oh, oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, this is the slides are very okay. Yeah. And I'm supposed to keep trying. You can share the screen. This, mhm, mhm. Let me see if I can do that. Email. February in conferences. It's coming to you now. Yeah, the slides are coming to you as we speak. Sure. Did you get my slides? Okay. No, I'll do my best. Good
Jen-
morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Leadership Essentials for Aspiring and Successful Leaders. There are many essentials, but we only touch on a few since time is limited. If you are an aspiring leader, this keynote will contribute to creating a leadership philosophy. If you are a seasoned leader, this keynote may be helpful when it comes time for you to upgrade, change, or otherwise revise your leadership philosophy. This keynote will give you a different perspective of leadership if you're someone to be somewhere in between. In any case, everything presented is helpful to your leadership journey. Three admin notes. One, this is not leadership 101, 501, or leadership for dummies, or your typical leadership fit. Two, it assumes everyone has a fundamental understanding of leadership, so I will talk about the basics. And three, it's not a problem if you agree or disagree with what I say. If you disagree, however, I would ask you to ask yourself, how would you say it, do it, and for it better? And, and be clear on that. That way we can do some learning. Even if you agree with me, I would still ask you, why do you agree? And then how would you say it, do it, and for it better? There are 13 essentials I'm going to touch on. If we can get to them all, and the first one that we're going to talk about is have a definition of leadership. There are over 850 definitions of leadership out there. And depends on who you read. You can pick up books by famous admirals, famous generals, famous CEOs, just regular people in chiefs in industry. You can pick those up and you can pull from that what their definition is. But there's no one unified definition. And that's part of the problem. Leadership is very, very complex. So you need to come up with your own definition, or as I did, I adopt one that I can embody. For example, former President John Quincy Adams said, if your actions inspire others to dream more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. That has all the elements of leadership in there that satisfies what I'm trying to convey when I'm talking to my people. The other thing about this is if you borrow someone's leadership, you still got to come up with your leadership philosophy. Creating a leadership philosophy is very, very challenging, and it's just a time-consuming endeavor. A leadership philosophy provides the insights about leadership style, highlights of their goals, make clear what leader expectations are, provide direction on how to handle things that are anticipated and not anticipated, to tell the team, this is what will get you fired, this will get you hired, get you promoted, and the same thing, this is what you can expect from me. Basically, your philosophy on how you're going to lead, and that way everyone knows what's going on. It is essential that if you borrow somebody's philosophy and then tune it or their definition, it's essential that the key components of leadership are integrated into whatever you use. I'm talking about the accessibility, the accountability, the active listening, the collaboration, the courage, communication, things like that, trust, integrity. All those qualities must be integrated into whatever you use as your philosophy or your definition. After you get all that figured out, you need to figure out what is my leadership style. And that's where a lot of people have problems with. When I talk about leadership style, I'm talking about if you're an autocratic leader, if you're a laissez-faire leader, if you're, a coach, a strategic, a transitional, a transformational, a visionary. Again, we're not going to go into the details on it, but in those categories, you got to figure out which one applies to you and which one you want to exercise and embody. And then what's important is that you embody everything that you say. When I was a teenager, I baked a cake, I put the flour, put the milk, put the eggs, put other stuff all in a big pan, baked it for 45 minutes, brought it out, and then put icing on it. And when I was ready to slice it to serve it to my guests, I recalled I did not put sugar in the batter. You just can't go into the cupboard, grab a cup of sugar, sprinkle it on top of the cake, and say, "Here's my cake." No, the sugar's got to be integrated into the batter. It's got to be part of the batter. It's got to be, you know, it is part of its constitution. Same thing with everything you do with leadership. Your definition, your philosophy, your style. That's got to be integral to you. If not, you're fooling yourself, and you're not being authentic with your people. After you do all that, you need to think about examining it. In his trial in 399 BC, Socrates contended that the reason he said the unexamined life is not worth living is because a lot of his contemporaries were pursuing goals with the same rich fortune without ever really taking time to examine why they did the things they did. And without doing that, without examining their lives, they may be pursuing goals that were dangerous or could be deadly. Leadership is pretty much like that too. Once you have your philosophy figured out, once you know what you want to do, you need to examine it to make sure that it's relevant to what you are doing at the time and to your circumstance. And you can always change, you can always change your leadership style to fit what's necessary and appropriate. Think of it like if you're in a house that you just bought and you go in and you want to move this wall or renovate it, move one wall here and you want to put a bigger kitchen in, put an extra bedroom in, things like that. You can change around all that, but you're not going to touch the foundation. In the foundation for leadership, we're talking about your core values, we're talking about your integrity, we're talking about your trust. All the basics on which you built, just like what the house is built on, you do not change, but you can change around the workings of it in the style. One of the ways, I'll give you an example. I was in America, university, I was a college American football player. I was co-captain of the football team. My leadership style was laissez-faire. Then I took command of an $800 million destroyer. My leadership was autocratic. And then when I went to the private sector, I became a democratic leader because I was working with a different group of people. So different circumstances call for different types of styles. So don't be afraid to change those styles. Leonardo da Vinci said people look without seeing, touch without feeling, inhale without smelling, eat without tasting, touch without feeling, move without physical awareness, and talk, or whether listen or hear without listening. He hit it on the nose. Hearing and listening are two different animals altogether. People say they're listening to you, but they're not. And part of the reason, before I talk about how you can listen better, is that in my day, going to college and going to school, they taught listening 2% of the time, whereas an executive, based on the University of Minnesota study, uses listening skills 40% of the time. So if you don't get it taught in school, you got to teach yourself. You got to learn yourself. The one big part of listening, or rather of hearing and listening, I would say, is a formula I call WASIR. And basically, it guides you with listening skills. WASIR stands for WASIER. You want to listen, you're able to listen, you sense something that's being said, you interpret it, you evaluate it, and you respond. That is listening. Hearing is you may sense something's being said, but you don't take time to evaluate it, respond to it, or even really care about it. If you take a deep breath and hold your breath and listen, you will hear the air conditioner. You will hear someone outside cutting the grass. You will hear a conversation next door. If you're in a restaurant around 50, 60, 70 people, you're having a conversation. All those other conversations are going on. You hear them, you sense them, but you're not interpreting them, and you're not responding to them. And that's the difference. If I want to be a listener, first I want to listen, I'm able, I sense this being said, I interpret what's being said, I evaluate it, and when I respond verbally or just thinking. But I need to have some type of way to respond. What do I think about that? Or the like. When you are listening or you're talking to folks, the other thing that a leader must do is be able to have gosh, what do I want to say? You want to be able to look at the person. You want to be able to have them ask you questions. Uh, you want to be able to have them not interrupt you. You want to have them not distract you. You want them not to have any emotions with their listening when they're listening to you. You want them to respond. And actually, I call that the ladder model. LADDER. When I'm talking to you, I will look at you and I expect you to look at me. If you're the listener, don't interrupt me with questions. If you do that, you throw the speaker off. If you're the listener, don't distract. And I'm saying if you have an office and the door is open and people are walking by and the phone's ringing and all sorts of things are going on around you, close the door, turn off the phone, don't distract, and then ultimately respond. Just like you're listening. You want to respond to what they're saying. Is fine. That's fine, long as you're responding or you're asking, what do I think about it? Shift gears into an acronym I call SOAR. And this is the formula for success. SOAR, SOAR, stands for success, opportunity, attitude, readiness. And actually, I turned it into a formula where success is equal to attitude, opportunity plus attitude plus readiness. And I assign numerical values to those three variables. Let me give you an example. Readiness. I'm a Hollywood actor. My definition of success, which would be a 10 on my scale, my definition of success is to have my own sitcom where I get paid $128 million per episode. Readiness, I'm ready because I went to school, I was trained, I've been on Broadway, I have the looks, I have the talent, I got the skill set. Attitude, I want to be an actor, I want to be successful. And so I'm ready, I got the attitude, and then opportunity. The news network comes to me and says, yes, we like you, we're going to put you on air for your own sitcom. So the success I wanted, which is making $1.28 million per episode, is because I have the opportunity, I have the attitude, and I'm ready. Now, let me show you how this works. This same actor, and this is a true story, down the line, he started acting real strange and didn't want to work with people, wanted things his way. And so we go back to this SCORE formula, and let's go back to readiness. He was still ready. He had all the credentials to be a great actor, but his attitude was zero. He didn't do anything. He didn't want to work with people. What happens? The network took the opportunity away. And so if success is getting to $1.28 million per episode, he didn't get there. And he didn't get there. They basically fired him. So keep that in the back of your mind as you think through what your definition of success is and how you're going to get there. Something else that leaders need to have in the back of their mind when you're talking to your people. Never, 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 ever give them a feel under the waterline. Why that is like a submarine shoots a torpedo, all of a sudden it blows up. If they are not doing things according to your standards, give them a shot across the bow. Starts back in the 18th century with the British Navy. If they wanted to get your attention, you could heave to or say, I'm ready for battle. They would shoot a cannonball across your bow, the pointy part of the ship, and that would get you to, yeah, it would get your attention. So if someone's not doing well, a shot across the bow would be pulling them in, talking to them and saying, hey, Mary, we can do a better job here. I'll give you 30 days to turn it around. Torpedo under the water line is, hey, Mary, you're fired. And you never gave them an opportunity to speak about it or to inform them they're going on the wrong path. Something else leaders need to do. People say go outside your comfort zone. I disagree. I think you should expand your comfort zone so more things fall inside of it. My house is my comfort zone. I go outside of it every day. I always come back to my car. Same thing. My country. If I'm in my country, I feel very, very good. If I go into another country, I may not feel comfortable. Well, if I expand my comfort zone so more things fall into it, I can go to any country in the world and feel comfortable. And that's something that you got to work on. There's a lot of integrity. But the fact of the matter is, do not limit yourself to say go outside your comfort zone. That is insufficient. You want to expand it. Fear. Marianne Williamson said, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Yes, ourselves so much, brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous. Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightening about shrinking so others will not feel insecure around you. The going to be manifest. The glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as you let your own light shine, you will constantly get permission for others around you to do the same. As a leader, you need to master fear and not let it distract you, not let it knock you off course, because as you calm down and you calmly approach a problem that everyone is fearful of, you actually lower the fear. You imagine if you go, oh my God, this is terrible. Take a breath, see what, and by the way, as long as you are alive, you can get used to it. Get rid of the fear. The way you get rid of doing something, fear is going out and doing it. And the only way to feel better about yourself is to push through the negative feelings. If you want to feel better, you can't say, okay, I'll push through. I feel better. If you need to feel better, then you're great. You also may experience fear in unfamiliar places. Don't worry, everybody does. And the bottom line is pushing through fear is less frightening than living with the underlying feelings of helplessness. Okay, we talked about definition, we talked about leadership philosophy, embodying the qualities, knowing your leadership style, embodying definitions and philosophy and style, improving, you continuously improve, examine yourself as a Socratic intention, change your leadership style as necessary and appropriate, know the difference between listening and hearing, expand your comfort zone, have no surprises, that's the bow, across the bow or torpedo on the waterline, and then controlling your fear. That's just scratches the top of these things. And we can go on, but time does not allow that. I welcome if there's any questions or someone wants to learn more. We do presentations. We also do presentations with cancer. I am a cancer survivor. I've been fighting cancer since 2019, and it almost took my life several times, but I'm here. And if you want to get a feel for how we do the cancer, if you go on YouTube, SAP, SAPP, TEDx, TEDx, all one word, SAP, TEDx, and it'll bring up my talk, Other than that, if you have questions, we're revising the website. So you can send it to me personal email and I will respond. All I ask is a question in the subject line that makes it easier for me. You send it to my name, Jeffrey Kendall Sapp, email.com. JeffreyKendall@gmail.com. And that pretty much concludes my presentation.
Hello. Hello. Hi, Jeffrey. Hello. Hi, Jeffrey.
I could do it here.
Hello.
Slides thing. Looks like that's what I was asking. I took a look at. I don't know if my phone hung up or what. You didn't get anything I said. True. Did you receive anything that I said over the phone? Okay. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Can you see me?
All right, so let me get out of here.
Yeah, we can. What's, can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Jeffrey, can you hear me on stage? I'm here.
Okay.
Can you see me?
I'm coming on now. It says speaker continue.
Okay, I think Dr. Jeffrey has a network issue and he cannot hear my voice or he cannot. Okay, then thank you so much, Jeffrey, for joining this event. And I know you have tried several times for sharing your presentation, but due to network issues, it was unable to. Yeah, thank you so much, Jeffrey, and have a nice day. Bye now.
Bye-bye. Okay.